So after a little bit more inspection on this piece, yeah, if you didn't catch this one, check out the video. I'll put a link right up there before where I hit this little cable and it torched the blade that's on there. But I decided, because I measured the rafters, they're 32-inch off center. Yeah, they're big rafters, so don't worry, they're 4x8 white pine rafters. 32 inches off center. I'm still gonna end up with over 8 feet here, so I'll end up with 96, so I'll still be able to use these just fine. Yeah, be able to use these just fine. So I'm gonna mill this, and then we're gonna take care of this stack of flitches right there, including that little nest up there. Oh my. Okay, well, we'll check that out before we pull it down. But let's get this one knocked out. So when I mentioned about the classic staining of the wood from an inclusion of some metal or ferrous material, this is what I'm talking about. It's pretty easy to see. Once you see that, you're like, hey, there's metal in this wood. That wasn't showing on the outside. It's completely showing on the inside, and it's there. I mean, it's heavy. The other thing that you can always watch for, and I love watching the sawdust when it comes out, because you can see when you're milling like clean, beautiful red oak, and then you can also see on the sawdust that the color is different. So all of those are little signals and things to watch when you're milling. All right, we're gonna finish this one. So there's two kind of flitches that I end up with when I'm milling. So if you go back and check out the couple oak lumber milling videos, two before, I'll put a card up there so you can see one. When I'm milling the whole log, I'm taking some 1-inch pieces off to get down to get my square cant so I can get those two 6-inch cants. There's some that end up with live edge on both sides, so I've got to do a trim on each of these. There's one actually, probably, oh, I could have put that one in. And then the other ones are where I've already taken one cut and rotated it, so they have one flat part, one edge that's already been milled. There's additional machines that you can buy, edging machines, and like everything in this business, they're only this much, and you get a 1 cutter, 2 cutter, and as an operation grows, an operation gets bigger, you end up with more things, and an edging machine would be great because you would just take these and run it through it, and it has a couple saw blades in there, and boom, they're done. I'm not there yet, and I'm okay with that. So we're just gonna take, I don't wanna waste the lumber, so if you remember from the cleanup video, the stuff right here, that's all gonna either go to the compost pile, but if it has any size, like most of it, it'll get cut for the firewood, for the pizza wood, oak. But I should get at least 5, maybe 6 more 1x6 out of what I have here. And there's at least at least 6 or 8 in that pile. So let's do those. So one thing I didn't mention, but it's worth pointing out, is I do use blocking. So since I'm doing a 6-inch cut, I don't rely on the log dogs, because when I'm doing a shortcut, this is all you get for stability. So when I'm doing like this 6-inch board and they're 12 inches plus up in the air, it makes sense to use some blocking. So this is just a couple. I have a bunch of different sizes sitting over here. This one is 3x5 and this one is 2x4, it looks like, or 2x5. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But what it does is it gives me a little bit bigger vise in clamping this bottom down. And then when I put these dogs in there, it can really pinch in and keep it nice and tight. And then I'm not worrying about that. We're gonna open up that slab skid and we're just gonna start putting this stuff right on there. That stuff was shorter from before, so we're gonna wait till I get these done, and then we'll get it all stacked down there and strapped down. Well, there we go. We got it all stacked up and stickered on a nice slab skid. Pretty sweet. There's enough of the little leftover pieces from those big flitches that I'll probably turn them all over and cut some stickers out of them, because I'm always running low on stickers, so that makes sense. It's just how we try to use every piece of the log. I'll trim those off tomorrow, but that should be enough to do the workshop timber frame ceiling, so I can set these aside, let them air dry, and get on to the next project, which is taking care of a nice big ash log. I mean, a big ash log for a fun project. So look forward to sharing that with you. But hey, Glenn here, Workshop at the Gardens. Cheers.